This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Tuesday. Accessing the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium will not be a problem for anyone when it comes time to watch the IAAF BTC World Relays Bahamas 2015.
Persons with disabilities or families that want to bring up an individual in a wheelchair, we're asking you for easement of ingress, that is access into the stadium, that you call in advance, so that we can organize a special gate to facilitate the entry of that individual to the stadium, and we can escort them to the disability areas. There'll be a different team assigned to accommodate those individuals who have disability, either on the western side or on the eastern side. Recently, we have signed on to legislation looking at disabilities in the Bahamas. So we want to make sure that we are in compliance with the regulations and laws regarding disabled persons in this country.
The IAAF BTC World Relays Bahamas 2015 will not affect the hosting of the first annual King Eric Gibson Golf Tournament.
The IAAF Relay starts at 7 p.m. This tournament starts at 12 noon. And so there's absolutely no conflict at all because the tournament starts at 12. It should take about 4 hours for the round of golf. They would have lunch immediately following at Bahama Grill, which should last until about 6 o'clock. And persons will be able to go to the relays now. And so we've had very good response from the golfing community, which means it's not an issue. The golf course can only accommodate 96 players. They expect thousands of persons to attend the IAAF relays. I say there's absolutely no conflict at all.
As regatas are known as the bread and butter for some of these family islands, persons are reminded to become more cost-effective.
Regattas can arguably be one of the leading sports in the country, as it is used as an economic booster for many other family islands. With that in mind, the Minister with responsibility for regattas, V. Alfred Gray, reminds those local entrepreneurs on the islands to embrace the cultural experience and not overcharge.
I challenge those who have accommodations in Exuma to be a little more lenient with and less expensive to the sailors in regattas. They are finding it almost impossible to pay the high prices that they are charged, and they asked me to ask you to please give them a little break during regatta time, and I beg you on their behalf.
As the government of the Bahamas continues to support the sport, noting that financial assistance has been increased, Prime Minister Perry Christie said that the high prices can bury the uniqueness of regattas.
And given what Minister Gray has said, the government has obviously had to increase its subvention as a result of the costs. It is important for us to say that we are going to continue to support this enterprise here and out throughout the Bahamas. But it is becoming more and more expensive, and therefore all of us must ensure that we are protecting the survivability of this. We are doing all that is necessary to make this the winning formula that it is for the economies of the islands where regattas are held. Yes. Because in the final analysis, there are people who walk away from here with monies in their pocketbook and in their pockets, who, but for this, would not have had such bounty.
The next step on the regatta calendar is Long Island. Regatta Line 1, ZNS Total Sports.
Well, we all know that our Julian Gibson is not a track and field athlete, and Fisher, well, he probably could run a 10-yard dash in but 20 seconds. So, Julian Gibson has challenged Fisher to a fishing tournament, and guess what? Fish isn't Fisher's last name.
Folks, you know, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, over at Atlantis, me and Charles Fisher, we went head-to-head in the dive contest. Who could reach the bottom the fastest? I beat him the first time. He said, no, the first race didn't count. So I said, let's go a second time. I beat him the second time. So I won that first leg of the challenge. Now Fisher wants to go head-to-head with me in fishing. My daddy, Frank Hanna, is a real fisherman. Fisher training by Everett Hart. That's short, man. Fisher and Everett Hart short alike. But I want to tell Fisher this. Head to head, fishing in red base. If Fisher catch 50 fish, I get triple that. I can catch 150. If Fisher catch 150 fish, folks, I can catch 450. I'm trained by the best. Frank Anna, I will be wearing them colors, and I will demonstrate once and for all that I can beat him in fishing.
We're only 3 days away from this amazing experience. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Are you ready, set, let's go?
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.